Hi, I'm Natasha Moy, the presenter on Food and Focus on 89.7 FM Eastside Radio. We're so excited today. My co-host, Suzanne Emanuel, is going to bring you the Southern Highlands Food Festival right here in the studio. We're going to get to try some incredible food, we're going to drink some beautiful wine and have some fun. We encourage all of you to go down to the Southern Highlands and enjoy the food festival. It's going to be an incredible event, and as Food and Focus lovers, we are thrilled to bring you ethically produced, organic, local produce. We specialize in it, and we can promise you it's going to be fantastic.
You're listening to Eastside Radio 89.7 FM. I'm Suzanne Emanuel. This is the Food and Focus show, and today we are having a Southern Highlands show, and we have two lovely gentlemen here, Mark Bourne from Cutaway Hill and Richard Kemp from Echelot, who has just won yet another hat. And he's brought a massive esky with all sorts of good-looking things in there. So my dining experience is going to continue from yesterday to today, so I'm very excited. And Mark has a bottle of bubbly, which I think he's going to open.
Of course, start the program with a bit of
to start
fizz.
the program with a bit of a bang. Ooh,
Nice work.
that was nice.
Yeah,
Gentle.
nice.
That's a sexy sound, isn't
When
it?
you open a champagne, it's supposed to sound like the sound of a woman's sigh, apparently.
Correct.
Isn't it?
Wasn't that just what it did?
That's the French saying. Anyway, it's
That's what
bubbly.
women are used to.
It's sparkling wine, isn't it? It's not champagne.
The French hate the competition.
Well,
I think
that's
it's
right.
sparkling
Yes.
wine now, yeah.
And what are we starting with, Richard?
Well, we're going to start with a little kingfish ceviche. We got a little fennel and orange salad, a little bit of chive oil, and little saffron bubbles.
Wow.
Yeah, just going to go with Mark's first two wines beautifully.
Richard, tell us about your Echelot restaurant, which is absolutely gorgeous. I went there yesterday. The photos are up on Facebook, and I had a beautiful dining experience, I have to say, and blew the calorie budget right out of the window.
Well, thank you very much. Echelot's been around for 10 years. We're actually celebrating our 10th anniversary tomorrow lunch. We've got a big bash at our new venue directly across the road. It's called E2 Events. I don't know, we try and typify the classic Southern Highlands restaurant. We're set in a beautiful sandstone building, built in 1852. Kitchen gardens around the restaurant, which has been in the ground for 7 years. So We've got greenhouses, composting. We've got a well under the front dining room, which we pump out to irrigate the gardens. Our belief is just very simple, fresh produce, handled with respect and served with professional, knowledgeable and approachable floor staff. That's our motto, essentially.
And it's in the beautiful Berrima, of course.
In beautiful Berrima, that's right.
Which is lovely. So there's lots of things to do down there as well. And Mark is from Cutaway Hill Wines. And Mark, what have you brought in for us today?
Well, we're going to start with our very traditional champenoise method, Lawrence it's called. And it's made out of Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. We make it a traditional way in the winery. We single bottle ferments, and this one has been on lees for 4 years in the single bottle, and then we disgorge it in the winery as well. Got the old riddling boards like you see in the old movies and the old shots of the tunnels in Champagne, and we disgorge it on site, and it's a bit of a passion of ours, I think.
You are the one, you are my sunshine, how wonderful, so divine, yeah, you are
This is the Food and Focus show on Eastside Radio 89.7 FM. And we have Richard here with the entree. I think it's the entree.
I woke up this morning in the Southern Highlands and it was beautiful, 16 degrees and the sun was shining. I thought, well, let's go lighten it up and keep it nice and light and nice and springy, if springy's a word. It's a little yellowtail Hiramasa kingfish. It's got some fresh orange, some fennel, baby leaves and micro herbs from our garden, a little bit of chive oil and salmon roe as well, and all the little edible flowers on the top from our garden as well.
It looks absolutely very spring. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Cheers, thank you.
And we're drinking the sparkling from Cutaway Hill.
That's
Does
right.
it have a name?
Yeah, we call it Lawrence after the original owner of Cutaway Hill, Lawrence O'Neill,
Okay.
in his memory, and it's a good match for the entree that Richard's brought in. Nice, fresh citrus and grapefruit characters from the Chardonnay in the sparkling wine, and I think it's always a good match to start with.
100%.
This is the Food and Focus Show on Eastside Radio 89.7 FM. I'm Suzanne Emmanuel, and today we have Richard Kemp from Echelot and Mark from Cutaway Hill, Mark Bourne from Cutaway Hill. And they've brought in beautiful food and beautiful wine for us to try. And we were just having a little chat off air and trying the beautiful entree, which is kingfish, did you say?
Hiramasa kingfish sashimi with a little orange fennel salad, micro herbs, salmon roe and chive oil.
So fresh and just so beautiful with the champagne, the sparkling, I should say. So good with the sparkling. It's just it tickles on the tongue.
Tastes like spring.
Yeah, it tastes like spring.
Absolutely.
It does taste like spring with the flower petals and things in there.
Beautiful.
And we have a second wine here. Mark, do you want to tell us about that?
Oh, we thought to match that fresh spring dish, we'd go with our Semillon Sauvignon Blanc. It's 2012, and we're lucky enough to have the only block of Semillon in the whole Southern Highlands. Nobody else grows it.
Oh, really?
I don't know why. But,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that either.
There's only one block, and it's on the old Cutaway Hill block on the old Hume Highway.
On the old Hume Highway
Many
in
people
Mittagong?
Yeah, Mittagong. Many of those people travelling from Sydney to Canberra always see the truck on the side of the road, the Cutaway Hill truck, and notice the vineyard. And that's where the Semillon is, and it's a great match with the Sauvignon Blanc. So the Sauvignon Blanc in the glass is that fresh tropical character, that passion fruit on the nose.
Let me have a
On
try.
the palate. And the Semillon carries the back end of the palate through. It's that
Beautiful
citrus
nose.
lime character, yeah. Well, I think that's what you get with cool climates. You get that they're very strong with varietal characters.
No, that's beautiful.
You know, Semillons taste like Semillons, and Sauvignon Blancs and Pinot Noirs. They're very varietal. It's that long, slow, cool growing season.
And how many vineyards are there now?
There's over 55 vineyards in the Southern Highlands. There's about 17 cellar doors open every weekend, and it's
And I'm
basically
sure
on
half of Sydney doesn't know that this is going on, really.
like,
And it's an hour away by car. It's
Yeah.
just it's
restaurants,
so easy
wineries.
to get to.
It's like the gourmet destination on Sydney's doorstep.
It is the food and wine destination, I think.
Yes.
So easy to get to, an hour away. And of course you've got all the other lovely things down there like Berrima with all the Berrima Cottage Nursery and all the antiques and the galleries and all those kind of things. And coming up is the Southern Highlands Food and Wine Festival, 21st and 22nd of September, which is why you're here to tell us
right.
all about that. So what's happening there?
Well, it's the second festival we've held, and it's at the Bong Bong Racecourse on Kangaloo Road at Barrel.
It's not going to get washed out this year, I hope.
No, we've got it at the right time of the year, and
Okay.
we've put our orders in for clear, fine weather, and there's over 60 food and wine stalls. Of course, Richard Echelot will have his famous dish from last year, which we'll talk about in a minute, I'm sure. And we're having cooking demonstrations.
Fantastic.
We're also having wine masterclasses, and it's running both Saturday and Sunday, 21st and 22nd of September. So it's only 2 weekends away. And I think with some good weather, we're expecting a bumper crowd to come in the door, and you can try all the local wines, all the local produce, cheese makers, bread makers, everyone will be there.
Smells divine. What is it again? Tell us.
Well, this is an entree that's on our menu right now, actually, and it's sort of a take on, I wouldn't say bacon and eggs, but ham and eggs. So we've got we slowly braise some ham mock. We take that off the bone, wrap it in some beautiful Iberico ham, which is a nice Spanish jamon, and we make a little casserole with the black turtle beans and the white navy beans, slowly braised in some beautiful ripe tomatoes. Sitting on top of that, we've got a beautiful buttery French brioche. Sitting inside the brioche is a bit of Gruyere cheese.
Oh my God.
And then on top of that, we've got a slow cooked egg. Now that egg's been cooked in a water bath at 63 degrees for an hour and 20 minutes. So when you crack it, it's the same consistency all the way through. And on the top, some black Cyprian salt.
That looks too
That's
good.
all about the layers, you were
It's
saying.
all
yes.
about the layers, yeah.
Looks
And
too
this-
good to eat.
It's
It does
delicious.
look too good
this
to
is
eat.
my
It's so
ultimate
pretty.
hangover cure. It's fantastic.
It's pretty.
It's beautiful. And this little green, this is out of our garden as well. We've got little ponds at the restaurant, and this is Lebanese watercress. So everyone's familiar with watercress, but this has
Wow.
got almost like it's a cross between watercress and celery. It's a bit
Okay.
crunchier. It's just a beautiful sort of clean, fresh flavour as well.
With the wines, how many wines do you produce? What sort of labels have you got? And can people buy them in Sydney? I guess that's a big question because we have a huge Sydney audience. So
Yes. So on our website, we're lucky enough to have a distributor who sells to restaurants and independent bottle shops in Sydney and Canberra and Melbourne. And so we also export wine as well to China and to Canada and USA. So we're one of the larger producers in the area. So we produce that full range because of that. So we have a classic Chardonnay with just a hint of oak, and we have our Sauvignon Blanc, which we just tried, and we have a straight Sauvignon Blanc, and we have our always in demand Pinot Gris in the whites, and then we have a Pinot Noir and Merlot, and we're going to try with dessert a bit later on an exciting new botrytis wine release.
okay.
And they all match our two sparkling wines, traditional methods. We tried the traditional Chardonnay Pinot Noir, and the little sleeper we have is a sparkling red made out of Cabernet, which we were lucky enough to win Best Sparkling Red in Australia with at the Wine of the Year Awards 4 years ago now. And because, sparkling red's normally made out of Shiraz or Grenache or something
I
like
love
that.
sparkling red.
Like sweet or porty or something like that. But this sparkling red's made out of Cabernet, and it's dry and savoury and clean and very distinctly Cabernet. And it takes people by surprise. So basically, whenever we pour it, people buy it.
Fantastic. Show on Eastside Radio 89.7 FM. I'm Suzanne Emmanuel, and we're talking to Richard Kemp and Mark Bourne. Richard is from the beautiful Echelot restaurant in Berrima, and Mark is from the Southern Highlands, from Cutaway Hill, and he's brought some absolutely gorgeous wines in, and we're currently trying the Pinot Noir, which is beautiful. It's just rolling across the palate.
It's a stunning variety for the area. Cool climate, Southern Highlands. So Pinot Gris in the whites and Pinot Noir in the reds are the stars. Like they just traditionally, the Pinot Noir is a really hard variety for people to grow and also make wine. But it's I think in a really cold, cool climate like the Highlands, it can show its best. Like that. That's our 2010 Pinot Noir. And we were lucky enough at the last regional show to win Best Pinot Noir in the region, but it was also named Best Wine in the Southern Highlands.
How do you get the cheese in the middle?
Well, we make the brioche into like a little muffin, and we cut the top off, and we hollow out the centre, so the egg has somewhere to sit, and then we put the cheese inside, and then we just warm it as it's ordered. We warm it in the oven, and the cheese melts.
Can you come and do that for breakfast at my place every day?
Absolutely.
It's so
I
good.
know it's a good breakfast.
It's a great breakfast, and the slow cook egg. It's cooked at 63 degrees.
How do you cook it at 63 degrees?
We've got a circulator, a water circulator. Essentially, it's this little tool which sits in a water bath, and you can regulate the temperature, and it circulates the water around at exactly the right
spins
temperature.
it.
Yes, sous vide cooking is very popular right now, and sous vide is all done in the bags,
Yeah.
but they're done in a water bath.
Okay.
So we just put them into the water bath with the circulator, and you can set the degrees exactly what you need, and they sit in there for an hour and 10 minutes. And then, so when you crack the egg, it just all comes out exactly the same consistency. And,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
We'll start calling you Richard Blumenthal soon. Is that it?
This is the Food and Focus show on Eastside Radio 89.7 FM, and we're now on to the sticky. We've got Richard Kemp here from the beautiful Echelot restaurant in Berrima, and we have Mark from Cutaway Hill Wines, and he's just poured the most amazing sticky I think I've tried in a while.
That's right.
And the colour is absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
it's
a
golden.
liquid gold stuff.
It is. It is liquid gold.
It's like
it really
a
is.
taste of marmalade and ripe pears. Very full-bodied and round, but has that nice freshness and crispness.
We're going to have that with a...
Amazing dessert.
This is a really simple dessert. It's a caramelised Bathonga pineapple upside-down cake.
What is Bathonga?
Bathonga is a type of pineapple. It comes from northern Queensland,
Okay.
and they're generally a little bit darker in colour, very sweet. They're just delicious, absolutely delicious. So we make a little upside-down cake with that, and we have a little confit strawberry, which is cooked, as I said, in the bag, sous vide style, with a little bit of strawberry gel, so it just holds its shape, but it's sort of nice and tender all the way through. And this is a white chocolate ganache.
Talking my language now, chocolate.
We put our livers on the line every day trying to get the combinations
know.
just right. Yeah.
It's a tough business.
It's a tough gig, let me tell you.
Yeah, well, my calorie counter has gone out the window. I mean, tomorrow I just can't eat. That's it. I really can't eat.